Okay, the completion process on the black bean. The black bean soup, which as you see here looks slightly differently. It's cooked for about 35 minutes. That's all it took for the black beans to become tender enough to eat. And I wanted to point out to you that, as I mentioned to you earlier in this particular lesson, that this recipe and this formula is great for black bean dip or straight black beans or black bean soup. So if you were going to serve black beans, there you go. You got black beans ready to go. After you season them, of course. You might want to mix a little butter into them, okay? But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take part of, let me have another one of these, please, Louis, from over there. We're going to take part of the black bean soup and puree it and then add it into this black bean soup and then finish it like that, because we want to put a little bit of body in the soup. Now, if I took the soup just as it is, which I can after finishing it, of course. Thank you, sir. Let's just give it a taste first before we start even proceed in any direction yet. This soup is good. It's hot, too. The soup is very good like it is. I don't even think this soup needs an inch of salt. Now, if you wanted to, and you didn't want to have any type of pureed bean in the soup whatsoever, and I'm only recommending a small amount, Tim, you could serve the soup just like it is as a black bean chowder. Okay? And you could throw a little scallion on there, and you could put a little sour cream on there, too, if you wanted. Okay? And you'd be good to go for black bean chowder. But black bean soup, as we know it in this country, the United States, has a little bit of body to it. But that's one version of what you can do with this formula. And I would certainly not undervalue that at all, because that's good just the way it is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this mixture, just add a little bit of water to this, and we're going to puree it with the blender stick and then pour it back inside this to help make this soup have the body that we tend to expect when someone tells us they're going to give us black bean soup. Okay? So let's zap this first. Okay. Now, as you can see, we got a little bit of a pureed version in there now. Now let's mix that up. I think this needs a little bit more pureed, okay? Good. Now I'll pour that in there. And that should give us that body that we're looking for from black bean soup.
Can you tilt that up, please, Chef?
Uh-huh. That's pretty close. This is good. You can make it a little thicker if you want. You can puree more, puree less. You know, the important thing is that you have some body if you want to serve it as a black bean soup. Let's get this. It's already seasoned. I mean, it turned out just perfect the way we had it seasoned to begin with, so we don't really have to add anything to it. Now, we could mix some whole butter into this if we wanted to, but I don't think this needs it. See, this way you still got a few black beans floating around inside your soup. You see it? We'll put a little bit of sour cream on that, which is traditional. And scallions or diced or minced purple onion would be also the other traditional way in which this soup is served. But I think in a nutshell, this formula that I just showed you, which is mirepoix, celery, carrots, and onions with garlic, cooked with bacon and bacon fat and a little bit of butter, and then having stock added to it, cooked and then pureed a little bit or not, is all you need. This soup is absolutely delicious the way it is. This is nice. You're going to love this. You enjoy this soup recipe, and you try it, and you'll like it.